When I turned pro, I was 16 years old. From the beginning, I'm not a good fighter. I don't have natural talent, but I have a determination to win the fight.
It's very rare you come across a boxer that has every skill attribute in the book completely mastered. But it's even more rare to see a boxer like that sustain his greatness for 20 plus years.
He is the pound for pound champion, as far as I'm concerned, because he's earned it the hard way from 122 pounds up to 140 pounds. He hasn't ducked anybody.
Welcome back to Greatest Hits, fight fans, the series where we take an exclusive look at some of the greatest boxers in the world, past and present, and recap their career from start to finish.
And I take my hat off to Manny Pacquiao. I see why he's one of the guys that's at the pinnacle in the sport of boxing.
It's probably pretty surprising to some that this is our first time covering Manny's career on the series. But with his next fight coming up on the weekend with Jeff Horn, we thought it would be a good time to reflect back at the Filipino legend's resume and pick out some of his greatest nights in the ring. If you enjoy watching our videos, please help us grow by pressing the like button, which will help our channel become more visible on YouTube. Pac-Man made his television debut on July 1st, 1995 against Dele Desierto. A 16-year-old Manny is almost unrecognizable at this point, but one thing that has never changed is his ferocious work rate.
This is a good match.
Yes, and you know, he has been able to stop Desierto from punching. I think Desierto's feeling the sting of those body punches.
Well,
he pummeled his opponent for 2 rounds before making him give up.
Advantage of that, he should score with a left hook. Oy! Umayaw!
Yumuko siya.
He could not take the body punches.
December 6, 1997. A hungry and fast-learning Pacquiao had already fought 22 fights in his first 2 years as a pro. Now he was taking on Thai fighter Tanokje Singwanchna for a regional flyweight title.
Doon tayo, no? Singwanchna.
Medyo nahihilo na, Reka.
Ala, kinukuha sa katawan eh. Tama.
Ayun na.
Wala na, kinukuha sa katawan eh.
Ang siguro mga 20,000 mga tao na naririto po maaga pa lamang.
Manny picked up his first world title on December 4th, 1998. The battle-hardened Chichai Sasakul had beaten every man that had ever stepped in the ring against him and was making his 3rd defense of his WBC flyweight title.
Pacquiao is all action in this round as he is all the time, starting just to open up.
Pacquiao's speed and youth dazzled the champ. Manny loaded up some big right hands and was really punishing his opponent, and in round 8, the accumulation of hard body shots played their part, as Sasakul hit the ground and Manny became one of the youngest world champions in boxing history at the age of 19.
He looks like he's starting to puff a little bit, and down he goes. Well, there was a cracking body shot in amongst the barrage of blows. That did for him, and I don't think he's going to get up there. He is flat out with nowhere to go.
June 23, 2001. Pacquiao's skills had caught the eye of superstar trainer Freddie Roach, and their bond was instant and everlasting.
The quickness and the timing of the shot was just perfect. It was like gunfire every time, just that pop every time he hit my mitt. And after 1 round, I went over to my corner and said, "Wow, this kid can fight." And he went to his manager and said, "We have a new trainer."
At this point, Pacquiao was a pretty one-dimensional fighter, continuously throwing the same big left hand and looking for the KO. But Roach knew with a bit of fine-tuning he could turn Pac-Man into an unbeatable fighting machine. Pacquiao was now campaigning in the super bantamweight division and took on the long-reigning IBF champ Lalo Ledwaba on his American soil debut.
I think this guy just hit so hard that Ledwaba is totally on the defensive. He took this fight on only 2 weeks' notice, only came here to America 10 days ago, and he is banging Ledwaba right now. And another big right hand upstairs, and now he's got Ledwaba bleeding badly.
Pacquiao won by a 6th round knockout, becoming a champion in 2 different weight divisions. May 8th, 2004. Fresh off a solid victory over Marco Antonio Barrera, Pacquiao wasted no time jumping into another hard bout, this time against the hard-punching WBA and IBF featherweight champion Juan Manuel Marquez.
He's leaving himself exposed when he throws his punches.
And he's getting picked off down the
Manny's energy was frightening. He just wouldn't stop throwing punches until Marquez hit the canvas, scoring a staggering 3 knockdowns in the first round. Marquez started to figure Manny out over the next few rounds, and they exchanged punches relentlessly, and the final decision was given as a draw. Unfortunately for Pacquiao, one of the judges incorrectly scored the first round at 10-7, when in fact it should have been a 10-6 because of the 3 knockdowns. And that 1 point cost him the win. December 11th, 2004. Pacquiao traveled back to his home nation of the Philippines and destroyed Fasan 3K Battery for the #1 contender spot in the featherweight division.
Even kung hindi niya makatumba si Fasan here in this first round, he's gotta keep his wits together. Ito. Good na. 30-second warning mga kaibigan sa first round natin in Fasan. 1 punch brought down Fasan in this round. Ito na naman. Goodbye. And that's it. It's over. It's over. Manny Pacquiao, sensational knockout.
January 21st, 2006. With vengeance in his blood, Manny now had the chance to avenge his only loss in a 12-year period against the Mexican legend, Erik Morales.
And another hard left, touches up Morales and momentarily stuns here. But Morales always fights back when he's done.
Pacquiao says he's got the punches gloves.
Manny, the crowd chants. And he almost knocks Morales down with the left.
The rematch was completely different to the first, although Morales battled hard for the first few rounds. Manny would not let up. He just kept attacking in ferocious bursts and was hell-bent on not letting the fight go the distance. And in round 10, the referee waved off the fight after Manny scored a couple of hard-earned knockdowns.
There's the second knockdown and the stoppage.
March 15th, 2008. It would take 4 years for these two to finally settle their disputed bout in 2004. Marquez had now captured the WBC super featherweight title and was making his second defense, but I don't think it was the belt Manny was after. He wanted that win over Marquez to prove to the fight world he had no match in either of the lower weight classes, but Marquez, being the amazingly skilled fighter he is, made sure Manny had to work harder than ever to do it.
This is a late round rally for Pacquiao.
This can change back and forth from this right here.
Down goes Marquez on a straight left-hand shot. Perfect shot by Pacquiao. Pacquiao trying to search and destroy. Marquez trying to shock him with counter-punching aggression.
Pacquiao's confidence is building up now. He's shooting his missiles now.
Look at this.
Well, this is the kind of firefight that Marquez didn't want to get into, but Pacquiao is making him fight.
Yeah, you're not going to outbox Pacquiao. He's going to have to fight him.
That's the punch that can hurt Pacquiao if he lands a couple of them, or 3 of them. Pacquiao comes back with his own right hand. And it's Marquez who has had blood flowing down his face in the last 3 rounds of the fight.
Manny won a split decision and became a 3-time world champion in 3 different weight classes. December 6, 2008. Oscar De La Hoya entered the ring for the last time. But instead of getting the heroic, victorious retiring bout every fighter dreams of, he was beaten to a pulp as Manny dominated him from the opening bell.
And if Oscar's not going to...
This is getting embarrassing.
It's an event.
What is the feeling of a fighter when he's in there with somebody who's always beating him to the punch?
Manny Pacquiao!
Another fight, another weight division. Manny's May 2nd clash against the rugged British warrior Ricky Hatton ended in just about the most hellacious way possible. A knockout that will never be forgotten and is regarded by many as one of the greatest one-punch finishes in boxing history.
There's the straight left hand, and he landed it right on Hatton's chin. And down goes Hatton after he swings and misses with a left hook. Hard left hand by Hatton.
The physical strength is still with Hatton, but the punch is still Pacquiao.
Hard left hand by Pacquiao. Stunned Hatton and knocked him back. Look at the brilliant accuracy of Manny Pacquiao. No way. That is that. What an amazing knockout shot. That is the most spectacular one-punch shot of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career.
Any fighter.
November 14th, 2009. Pacquiao continued his incredible run of tough fights. Miguel Cotto had never been beaten legitimately up to this point. He stood up and battled through an 11-round war with a man that had hardened plaster in his gloves, and he was bigger and stronger than the naturally much smaller Pacquiao. But Pac-Man thrives on these types of challenges.
Let Cotto throw, thinking he could counter him with something big. Now it's Cotto, his back is against the rope, and he fights his way off, and goes down again. Cotto went with a big left-hand shot, and then Pacquiao caught him with the right hook.
The way Pacquiao is. So look at Pacquiao. He isn't a beautiful machine. He can punch combinations. He's so fluid and loose, and he's moving with his rhythm in and out, in and out, in and out, and punching it up from all angles.
From an angle to score that. Now there he goes again. Weird punches from weird angles. He can sense the right punch to go at the right time.
I think he senses that Cotto is weakening, and he's trying to see if he can finish him right here.
Pacquiao dazzled Cotto with his amazing speed, scored 2 knockdowns in the first half of the fight, and kept applying pressure for the remainder of the contest, until he forced a late TKO to become, yes, you guessed it, yet another championship in another weight division. November 13th, 2010. This would be one of the most satisfying nights in boxing history. Manny moved up to light middleweight to challenge the notorious cheater Antonio Margarito for the vacant WBC title.
Already it has been a tumultuous evening at Cowboy Stadium. Pacquiao trying to get inside and go to the body, and Emmanuel Stewart must Pacquiao fight a pressure fight.
Right now, Manny cannot. I see the size difference. It's a big factor right now. I see he's punching. He's not used to punching at a man as big as this man is. He seems to be absorbing his blows pretty easy.
But I haven't seen a round I thought, oh, maybe Margarito won.
No, I give all 3 rounds to Pacquiao also. I think he's winning, but he's got to be prepared to. It maybe have to go the distance in case he gets a knockout fan. But you know, even though he's landing and winning the fight, he's got to be. But I hope he's in great shape.
Now the marks begin to show on Margarito's face as he has a big red welt under his right eye. So Pacquiao could do that.
Cheating aside, Margarito is a fierce competitor with a relentless come-forward style that will break 99% of boxers' wills. But this night belonged to Manny Pacquiao as he took the best Margarito had to offer and fired back with some hellacious combinations.
He even has the ability to adjust the punch in mid-arc.
Yeah.
Margarito going to the body against the ropes. That was the first moment that Margarito actually made it look for a moment like his fight against Cotto. And here comes Pacquiao.
As always.
He loves to answer back.
Yes.
Margarito banging him against the ropes here, trying to get to Pacquiao's body. That could change the fight. Pacquiao fighting back with his back on the ropes.
And here comes
And he turns it around and bangs Margarito viciously. Left cross straight on the bad eye.
But it's just a bigger man can absorb the punches a little better than a smaller guy. But a regular 140-pounder, I think Manny would have knocked out.
Another anomaly.
If he's in good shape and he can continue to do this, he'll win the fight fairly easy. But, you know, once he gets to the ropes, Margarito uses his physical strength to rough him up.
What was his biggest night? If this continues the way it does, and he wins all 12 rounds against a guy 17 pounds bigger than himself, touching him up, beating him up, ruining his face the way he is, this will be in the discussion. And we're done.
Jim, your prediction was right.
Pacquiao has his unanimous decision victory. Margarito has a vicious beatdown to remember.
Pac-Man's most recent venture in the ring took place November 5th, 2016, against the WBO welterweight champion Jesse Vargas.
To the man to my right here, Timothy Bradley. Slips down, fires back. Looks like Vargas is trying that. Does that work?
A 37-year-old Manny proved that he still has the most superior footwork in the welterweight division as he bounced around, landing exciting flurries throughout the contest. And after 12 rounds, the decision was left to the judges at ringside.
He's game every
second.
One would be flowing. They wouldn't even be thinking about stopping. They couldn't. Right hook by Pacquiao. And he follows up.
He has right now, he has Vargas on edge right now. Right now. He's burning his gas tank right now. See how Vargas, just the pressure, his presence. He's always inching forward. He's always using feints, moving his head from out to forth.
Champion of the world, the fighting pride of the Philippines, the legendary Manny Pacquiao.
I think it goes without saying, Pac-Man is one of the greatest boxers of our generation. He started his career fighting around 106 pounds and moved up through 11 weight classes, becoming the first and only 8-division world champion, having won 11 major titles, as well as being the first boxer to win the lineal title in 5 different weight classes. But even if you put titles aside, Manny has a stellar resume, having competed against the biggest names in the sport for the last 20 years, never ducking anyone and always putting on a great show every time he enters the ring.
After more than 60 fights, an almost insurmountable task by all physical logic. But tonight he showed us one more time that he was still Manny Pacquiao.